Let's see, do we make that though?
It's a good bit of kit, that.
Okay.
Good bit of kit.
Yeah, it's good quality. Right, so what we're going to do today is going to have a look at your Part 2 driving. If your driving's up to a good standard, obviously we won't spend more hours than we have to on your driving.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really important, obviously, what when you leave me, that you try and drive to the standard that's required, because going out with me once a week and driving like a plonker on your own is not going to work.
No,
yeah?
absolutely.
The test lasts for about an hour. It's quite a tiring test because you're asked to do a left reverse, a right reverse, a turn in the road, an emergency stop,
Okay.
and either a bay parking or a parallel parking on the road.
Okay.
So the parallel parking on the road will just be draw up level with one car and reverse in behind it.
Yeah.
But you must do it within 2 car lengths. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a look at the manoeuvres later on today. On the manoeuvres, what they're looking for is a really high standard, because obviously they're looking at what you're going to be teaching.
Yeah.
So they're looking at observations, control, and reasonable accuracy.
Okay.
So everything is at a higher level than it is for a learner driver, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the same way, if you're out on the main roads, they will expect you to make pace that is safe.
Okay.
Yeah? And obviously hold back when it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Understood.
So, have you got any questions about the driving side of it that you're worried about?
I think really and truly, it's just sort of ironing out any bad habits I've picked up over the last 23 years is the biggest thing, really. It's just kind of what I've been trying to do over the last couple of weeks is sort of really focus my mind when I'm driving, and it's sort of not. It's just the basics, really. Not crossing your hands when you're turning the steering wheel, your road positioning. It's amazing when you focus on that sort of stuff, the mistakes you pick up yourself, let alone sort of anyone else picking them up. So it's just that constant focus now that I need.
Yeah, it's basically what I can say to help you today is to try and read the road well ahead.
Yeah.
And it's all about planning and anticipation. If you're not planning and everything's going to be rushed, then it's going to be all sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll give you 20 minutes or so, because obviously you've got to settle down with the car.
Okay.
And just to give you an idea of what level you are at.
Yeah.
Don't forget you have got 20 odd years of experience. So use that today.
Okay.
Yeah? I mean, experience is something that I can't give you.
Yeah.
And it's something learner drivers don't have. So
Yeah.
any bits in there that are bad habits, they're quite easy to get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah. But that experience you have will obviously stand you in good stead.
Yeah.
Unless you're a total Michael Schumacher. Yeah.
No, I'll watch him on the telly. Don't worry.
Have you got a phone on?
Switch it silent.
BlackBerry, man, eh?
Yeah. I had an iPhone for a year and I just couldn't get on with it. I
Really?
really couldn't. I didn't like the touch screen, the battery, nothing about it I liked. Perhaps I just had a dodgy handset. Right, that's silent.
Right. Okay, so are those mirrors okay?
A little bit of adjustment if
Yeah.
I may.
It's on the door there. You don't need the key.
Perfect. That's great.
Yeah, so on the day of the driving test, as I say, it's going to be about an hour long. 10 minutes of that will be an independent drive, which is a new thing they introduced about 18 months ago. For 10 minutes, they'll ask you to follow road signs. We won't be worrying too much about that today.
Okay.
To an experienced driver, it's no problem at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Luton, it's normally follow the signs for the M1. Is the one they normally use over there.
Yeah.
But we won't be too worried about that today.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to head over to St Albans today, and we'll cover a bit of 60 limit.
Yeah.
And 40 limit, and then when we get into St Albans, we'll have a chat and then we'll have a look at the manoeuvres. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. No problem.
Have you ever driven any of this small before?
I haven't for a while, I must admit. I had a Ford car. Is this a car?
No, it's Fiesta.
That's Fiesta, yeah. I had a Ford car when they first came out. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Great little car, but no, I had a big Subaru Estate before I had that, so yeah. It's a bit of a culture shock.
Welcome to the world of driving instruction.
No, it's no problem.
Right. Yeah, so what we're going to do is, I don't know if you remember your test from years ago, but they will tell you to turn left and right.
Yeah.
They'll give you directions at roundabouts. But if they say nothing to you, let's say at a set of traffic lights, they just want you to go straight on.
Okay, fine.
And obviously, if the road signs tell us that we have to go left or right,
Yeah.
they won't give you any instructions. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
Right. So we turn right out of Parking Bay,
Okay.
and then we'll turn left at the end of the road,
No problem.
and the aircon will come on in a second.
I was scared.
Now we're going to turn left, mate. Are you taking the Audi down to
Yeah. Yeah. 3 other kids in the car. That'd be nice.
yeah. So you're into your motor racing, eh?
Love it. Yeah. Formula One, especially. Yeah. But, my best friend works for a Le Mans team at the moment. He's
Oh.
contracted to them, so yeah, we've got pit access and all sorts going on.
Lewis Hamilton had a good win last weekend.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, it was great. I was actually at that Canadian race in
Oh, right.
2007.
Now, Andy, we're going to
First.
turn left, please.
Okay.
Just give you a little bit of guidance with the mirrors, yeah? So, if we're going left, we're going to use them in pairs.
Yeah.
So we're going to use the interior one first, because that's the true picture.
Okay.
And then the corresponding, if you're going left, it'd be the left-hand door mirror for
Okay.
the cyclist.
Yeah.
If you're turning right, it'd be the interior mirror first again,
Yeah.
for the true picture, and the right-hand door mirror for anybody that might be overtaking you, yeah?
Okay, fine.
You'll probably find in this car, Andy, that it goes better at 30 mile an hour in third gear.
Okay.
As you can feel, it's just kind of
Yeah, it's
struggling
come a
a
little
bit.
bit, wasn't it?
And Andy, at the roundabouts, we're going to turn right and then immediately left. So right and
Okay.
immediately left. Good mirror work, well done.
Immediately left.
Yeah. So I'll just have a chat with you about your signal to go around parked cars, yeah?
Okay.
It's probably more misleading than it's helpful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain that to you in a minute. We're going to turn left here.
Okay.
Yeah, one of your strongest form of signals is your position, yeah?
Yeah.
But where a signal to ground parked cars can be misleading is that people behind you might think you're turning into a road on the right.
Okay.
In the same way, if you signal to come back in, they may well think that you're just pulling over to stop.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Okay.
So your position there, you can see everybody can tell exactly what you're doing, yeah?
Got you.
I bet you've been practicing that for weeks, haven't you? Buggeries.
No comment, Your Honour.
And Andy, at the roundabout, we're going to turn right, please.
Okay.
So which mirror do we check first?
That one.
Yeah. And why is that?
Because it gives you the clearest.
Yeah, it gives you
view,
the true picture,
true
yeah?
picture.
Still in the car quite well.
It's a nice little car, actually. It drives really well.
Yeah, well, I suppose it's probably about the same power to weight ratio to yours.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
1.6.
absolutely. Is it petrol or diesel?
Diesel.
God, you wouldn't notice, would you?
No, it's not as refined as some of them now. It's been my worst one so far.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a flat spot in it. They can't seem to cure it,
Oh,
but it's on lease, so if they don't cure it on the next service, I'm going to chuck it back. handy at the roundabout, we're going to be turning left.
Okay.
Good mirror work, well done, mate. So we had 2 gears for the price of 1 there, yeah?
We did really, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, normally I would have just gone down 2 there.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want you to do.
Okay.
So it's probably not as different as what you think it's going to be.
No.
Everybody thinks, oh, learn a driver. Yeah, the standard we teach learner drivers now is a very, very high standard.
Yeah. I learned driving a E-Reg Nissan Micra.
Lovely car, wasn't it? It's probably the only car that actually came into this country with a radio, didn't it?
Do you know what? I don't remember. I just wanted to pass.
So what made you look at a career as a driving instructor?
I have to say, Tony, I've wanted to do it since I was probably in my early 20s.
Really?
Yeah. Always wanted to do it. Never really had not the opportunity. It's just kind of always been there, but never did it. Which is crazy, really.
So you're living your dream.
Something like that, yeah. Well, I've been in the construction industry for nearly 15 years now, so time for a change.
Are you going to pull out completely?
Yeah.
Your driving's ever so smooth.
Oh, good.
Are you actually from this part of England?
Originally from Great Yarmouth. Actually,
Oh, right.
So, yeah, I'm a Norfolk dumpling.
So again,
Probably not necessary there, was it?
yeah, just take a nice early position, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's try and look a little bit further ahead of those road signs, yeah?
Okay. To maybe what surprise I'm
What do points make? Prizes, eh? So just tell me what you see ahead now.
Okay, I've got a
Yeah.
cyclist dead ahead.
What's the road sign you see?
30 limit. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, so originally Great Yarmouth, and then I've been in the Aylesbury area for about 20 years.
I'm just told Gulen from, I think he's around your area. Is High Wycombe near you?
About 25 minutes, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he just started up on his own a couple of weeks ago.
Great.
Just keep a little bit behind your speed, I think. So as we were stopping there, did we need a second to stop?
Probably not.
Right, so again, at my side I can pick him, but when we stop behind a car, what we try and do is stop so you can see the tyres and a bit of tarmac.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because if an emergency vehicle came up behind us now, we wouldn't have a chance to get out of the way.
Gotcha.
Or that car in front may break down, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? But you can see the car behind is actually blocked us right in as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So it will take a bit of practice to do that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, don't worry. It's all it's all going to come quite easy to you. Find the theory side a bit of a shock then, or
wasn't? Some things have changed, but a lot of it kind of hasn't. And there is a lot of common sense element to, you know, to a lot of it, I think. So
you have actually logged into the ADI one, haven't you?
Not yet. No. I just did the one that you, or is that the ADI one that you sent me?
Yeah, the one I sent you is for everybody.
Okay.
But there is a section for ADI.
Oh, I haven't done that yet. No.
Yeah, because don't forget your questions will be out of 100.
Yeah.
And there will be a section on rules and regulations about teaching learner drivers.
Okay.
So driving along generally then, how often would you normally check your mirror?
I would tend to check it. I'm a bit of a mirror fiend actually. I do check my mirrors quite a bit. So maybe every minute-ish, depending on the conditions.
Yeah, we kind of increase that a bit, about every 5 or 6 seconds.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the roundabout, Andy, we're going to be turning left, please.
Okay.
That's good mirror work, well done. Nice bit of tyre and tarmac there. So where would be, where is it important to stop at these pedestrian crossings and these that are traffic light controlled or zebra crossings? If you're the leading vehicle.
Just before the.
Yeah, all right, just
the solid line.
Or at the line. Yeah. Now we're going to turn right. So if there's nobody on the crossing and you've got a queue of traffic in front of you, where is it important not to stop?
On the crossing itself?
Yeah. That would be punishable by 3 points on your licence and a £60 fine, yeah. And it would also lead to a failure, yeah?
Yeah. Right, so...
Do you know why it's frowned upon?
I guess it classes without due care and intention.
Well, obviously it means that the pedestrians will have trouble crossing the road.
Yeah.
But you could have a partially sighted pedestrian crossing the road.
Oh, okay,
and they end
yeah.
up tripping over the bonnet.
Yeah. Gosh, yeah.
And we're going to turn left at the end of it.
Okay.
It's good mirrors work again, well done. Where's that tyre and tarmac bit?
It's absolutely nowhere on this one. Some practice with that.
So just before you start to slow down, if you have a look in that interior mirror, just to make sure that the picture behind you is
Yeah.
because obviously you need to know how close that vehicle is.
Yeah.
If it's very close to you, you need to start the slowing down process a little bit earlier. So if you wait about here, just allow a little bit more, and then that'll get you used to using it.
Yeah, agreed.
I got your email this morning, by the way.
Oh, great.
I texted it and I emailed it too.
Yes, yeah, I got them both. Thank you. Kangaroo.
Yeah, that's not you, that's the car. That's why. That's the problem I'm having with it. If you're sending your car back, I suppose I've got to de-engine out yours, can I?
Feel free. Yeah, you've got a set of spanners, I'll give you that.
And Andy, we're going to turn left at the lights, please.
Okay.
So just tell me again, which mirrors do we check before we turn left?
Turn left is the rear view mirror first, followed by the passenger side mirror.
And why are we checking the left-hand side door mirror?
Because we're turning left, so it's always in the
Yeah, what are we looking for?
we're looking for things like cyclists
Yeah,
and what have you coming
yeah.
up on that
Yeah,
inside.
it's predominantly cyclists or a moped getting down the inside, yeah? Been over this way before?
Yeah, do you know what? Our company put the, you're going to hate me for this, but we put the parking restriction system in St Albans.
You bugger.
Plug it out now.
Yeah. What, you mean the meters and all that?
Yeah. Yeah, we did all the sort of CAD drawings and all the planning for it.
Well, they're not too bad. It's just the bloody wardens that go around sticking the tickets on there at pay.
So we did the, we had the hotline of complainers before it was actually formally introduced.
Oh, right.
I don't ever have taken so many hideous phone calls in my life.
It's all owned by National Car Parks, isn't it?
I think it is now, isn't it?
Do we need to indicate here? No. Because if you notice your position was, you held it out nicely.
Yeah.
And at the very end of the road, we're going to be turning right, please.
Okay.
Still kind of using that intermediate gear to take you up to the junction, didn't you?
I did then, didn't I?
And Andy, at the roundabout, we're going to follow the road straight on, please.
Okay.
So just tell me what you're going to check first.
Rear view mirror
That's
first.
good, well done. And we're going to take the next turning to the right. Andy, just like you to pull up and stop just before we reach that red vehicle. If you can just allow yourself enough room to drive around it, don't worry about any driveways.
Okay.
police cars in the car. Right, so we're going to try and teach you when you need to indicate and when you don't, yeah?
Okay.
So was there anybody behind us there?
No.
Was there anybody coming towards us?
No.
So there was nobody to benefit from that signal, yeah?
No.
So, and what I mean by somebody coming towards us could be a pedestrian who may want to cross the road in front of us. So that's what your examiner will watch for to see, you know, because it ties in with your all-round observations.
Okay.
Yeah, so just use, obviously we're going to indicate for turning left, turning right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, stopping and starting, we'd obviously only indicate if we need to, like pulling away.
Okay.
If there's anybody coming up behind us, we're not going to indicate because we're not going to pull out in front of them.
Okay.
But we may need to indicate for somebody coming towards us.
Yeah.
And it could be a pedestrian who could be within striking distance because they may just decide they want to cross the road. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So what we're going to do is just going to drive on again when you're ready.
Okay.
Right. Just hold it there for a second. Right. So we kind of moved, and then you actually did look to the blind spot.
Right.
Yeah. So where is your blind spot?
Right.
Yeah,
There.
it's between that hedge restraint and that door pillar, yeah?
Yeah.
So you actually let the car move, and then you did actually look. So we need to get that look in before you move.
Okay.
Sorry to be so picky.
No, please. That's why you're here. Okay.
Because obviously in that short, even though it was only a couple of feet you move forward, there could have been a cyclist going past us, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
And we're going to turn left, please. At the end of the road, we're going to be turning right, please. So if you just approach a tiny bit slower, you've done the right thing getting the first gear just as you approached.
Yeah.
But we don't really want to be bringing the clutch up after getting first gear. So if you just approach a tiny bit slower
Okay.
and roll into that first gear about 1.5 car lengths away.
Okay.
Or if it's an open junction, you may well get away with second gear. It depends on
Yeah.
what you can say, yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to turn left, please. I think it's just past this blue car.
Okay.
And we're going to turn right to the end, please.
Junction.
Yeah, it's a naughty little one. How would you know if somebody had actually, if that girl had pressed that button on those lights and walked away?
How would I've known?
Yeah.
I'd have had an amber light.
Yeah, the box on the right hand side, which is visible to you, would have lit up with the wait sign because it's a Pelican crossing, yeah?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just hold back a tiny little bit more the next time we stop.
Okay.
What do you see in the distance?
I've got a mini roundabout coming up.
Before that?
And a zebra crossing.
Yeah, so on approach the zebra crossing, what are you going to do first?
Check that if there's anyone waiting on the side.
Yeah, and then check the mirror just in case, you know, so you got the full picture in case you have to take any action, yeah?
Yeah.
So a zebra crossing with nobody in the vicinity is not a particular problem, is it?
No.
And we're going to turn right. We're going to take the next turning to the left, please, Andy. Andy, if you can just find a safe, legal and convenient stopping place on the left. So who benefited from your indicator there?
Probably no one. I was looking at the guy in front of me, but he'd already turned right as I was signalling, so...
Yeah, and then what gear did you change down to?
I was in third, I went down to second.
Yeah, so what's the reason for going down to second?
I think I was just using some engine brake in there, to be honest.